Welcome to my little video here. This is Sean Escobar talking to you from my home office. And this is a marketing method that I wanted to share with my Isagenix family. I got a phone call yesterday from a friend of mine named Mike Seneschal in Maine. And he said he had come up with a little marketing concept that he thought would really help people and that he was seeing success with. And we've been doing this for 8 years. We've had loads and loads of success with it, but we're never too good to listen to the ideas of those in the field, and especially those in our own team who are sharing Isagenix with everyone they know and passionately out there making a difference. Well, his concept was this. For about the last 6 years, he's been sharing Isagenix with people and had great results and built an incredible business. He said the one thing that people keep coming back to seems to be the shakes, the chocolate and the vanilla isoline shakes. It's no coincidence. At a corporate level, Isagenix has reported that their number one independent product is the shakes. They sell that individually more than any other product. And then number two is your cleanse drink. So those are number one and number two, and that's why that shake and cleanse pack for maintenance has been such a hit. Mike's thought was, and he calls it the Seneschal marketing approach. And so I want to give him, the acknowledgement for that. He's a neat guy. Those of you that know him, he's the one where he's the fella that fell asleep while John Gray was talking about at convention how men get, when they get bored, their dopamine gets low and they start to fall asleep. And then the next thing you know, the camera showed Mike Seneschal sleeping on the front row. The timing of it was just classic. Anyway, he said, what if I was to give him the candy, which, he thinks the candy in this whole system is the shakes. What if I was to give them the candy first? And he says a lot of the women that work around him and his circle of influence, they seem to gravitate toward those shakes like crazy. And those of you that are in the business like I am, you've probably noticed people calling again and again, I need more shake, I need more shake, I need more shake. And you can't keep the stuff in. This is different than any other network marketing opportunity because 9-day cleanses, cleanse drink, Isagenix shake, you don't hang on to inventory in Isagenix. The stuff moves. You'll never ever be able to have an attic full of product or a garage stuff full of product, as they say. So he said, what if I gave him the candy first? And his thought was these little packets that Isagenix sells. They sell these in boxes of 15, and that right there is a meal replacement shake. And this one is natural creamy chocolate. And so his thought was, rather than trying to get them to start with the whole kit and caboodle, why not ease them into it with one meal? And he thought, if I can get them on, he's a health professional, and he knows the power of this. He knows, all about the live enzymes and the naturally occurring amino acids and the origin of the protein, which is not domestic. It's imported all the way from New Zealand. All the different benefits here. This is live food. This is right here is like the perfect meal. You'll hear a lot of people say in Isagenix, I eat Isagenix and then I supplement my diet with food. And even myself, I always replace at least one meal per day with this shake. I wake up, I just feel like it. I crave it. And you'll hear that all the time. You crave it because of the way it makes you feel. His thought was, if I can sell them one of these, cost on this, wholesale cost, is only going to run you $2.80. And so his feeling is, if I sell it to someone for $5 and I tell them that's a meal, I just want you to try that, I want to get that in your body, I really think you're going to feel the benefits, the difference, and so on. Once they've tried that, then just convincing them of replacing one meal per day with a shake should be relatively simple. It's not going to be that big drastic invest, $170, $200, $300, so on and so forth, into a great big program. It's a sampling method. It's a sampling marketing approach. I really like it. And then he said maybe after 30 days on the meal replacement shakes, one a day, Then we follow up with them and say, hey, I'm really thrilled that you're seeing the benefits of this. You may want to try a full-blown deep cleanse, like the 9-day cleanse. If you think the shake is powerful in what it's done for your health and the way you feel, wait till you try this 9-day cleanse. You won't believe the transformation. And that way we've already created brand loyalty. We've already generated the result for them with the meal replacement shake. They've probably dropped a little bit of weight just based on lowering the caloric intake and so on. You'll find in Isagenix, if you can get them to look at some of the products, and there's certain ones that sure create a sizzle, a pop, and the shake is one of those things. I mean, my residual income is majorly due to the people eating those shakes every day. Every time a blender goes off, that's feeding my livelihood, my residual income. And the same is the same for you. If we can get them on the candy, so to speak, first, they're all more likely, even if deep cleansing doesn't appeal to them. I mean, how many one-time deep cleansers do we have? It's a shame, and from a business sense, they never even realize that this is a lifestyle, and replacing just one meal a day can make such an impact on their health. Because as we all know, our food supply is nutritionally bankrupt. If you haven't seen the video, food.inc, you can get it at Blockbuster, you can get it all these different places, but it goes into the state of our food. And you really want to gain appreciation for these meal replacement shakes, what they're doing for people, and why you feel so good. Just go watch that DVD. You won't believe it. It's fast, it's convenient, it's affordable for people. Most importantly, it's definitely the most healthy alternative out there. A lot of people already like the whole meal replacement concept. A lot of them are already on protein shakes. They don't realize they're just getting the protein. They're not getting the whole balanced meal. And a lot of those are not living, live foods. So a lot of that stuff, as Dad says, it just sits in the stomach and putrefies. It's not delivered where it needs to go. It really doesn't serve the purpose or the function that they had hoped. I like the concept. My feeling is anything that gets people moving towards lifestyle nutritional cleansing is fantastic. And how many people do we miss because we're not able to create enough value for them to throw $180 our way right out the gate? And it takes a lot of education to pull that off. You and I both know, well, meal replacement shakes doesn't take a lot of education. So everybody already gets that, and they're going to feel it, benefits. And then as long as you follow up, you're probably going to move them into deeper cleansing, and their results are just going to be compounded. And next thing you know, you've generated a bunch of referrals. I'm going to order a whole bunch of these packets. I've been using them just when I travel and stuff, but I'm going to start dishing these out there. And don't be afraid to ask people for $3 wholesale for a meal, or $5 covers your cost and, you know, your shipping, your tax, everything. You can't get a meal for $5 these days anywhere. So I hope that's helpful for you. Let me know your results with it. And thank you for the difference you're making. And we'll talk to you again soon.